Hi, my name is Doug Parker, host of the Cruise Radio Podcast, and today we're going to do a walkthrough of Holland America's brand new Nieuw Statendam. Before we get to the ship, if you like this video and you want to see more content, give the video a like. All right, on to Nieuw Statendam. She was built in Italy. She was launched in 2018. She's 99,500 gross registered tons, and she carries 2,650 guests double occupancy, so filling those third and fourth beds in the cabin will put the guest count just over 3,000 people. As of 2019, she's sailing weekly cruises from Port Everglades, that's Fort Lauderdale, and then in the springtime, she'll reposition over to Northern Europe, and then she'll do some Mediterranean cruises before coming back to Florida in late 2019. This is a Pinnacle-class cruise ship. This ship was built after the Signature class, which is the Nieuw Amsterdam and Eurodam. Both of those ships are a bit smaller, coming in at 86,000 tons. There's a variety of stateroom options on this ship. You have the Pinnacle Suite, which is the granddaddy of them all. You have 163 regular suites, 786 balcony cabins, 203 ocean view cabins, and 280 interior cabins. What we're going to do here is start the tour on Deck 1, which is mostly staterooms, with the exception of the Internet Cafe and the meeting rooms right here. There's 3 banks of elevators. There's forward, mid, and aft banks, and each bank of elevators has 4 elevators. You could say this is where the atrium also starts, this midship area where the Internet Center is, because above you is the restaurants, and one above that is the guest services and the Dutch Cafe that hug the atrium, if you will. This is one of the Holland America ships that do have the internet packages, so you can buy the premium package for $29.99 per day, the surfing package for $24.99 per day, or the social package for $14.99 per day. And if you want to buy them throughout your whole cruise, it's a little bit cheaper. All right, let's go up to Deck 2, which is the Plaza Deck. Deck 2 all the way forward is where you're going to find the World Stage. That holds 667 guests. This is the theater that the comedy shows are held, the variety shows and stage shows. The sound system in here is excellent, and there really isn't a bad seat in the house because there's 270 degrees of screens behind the stage. So, sometimes you're sitting at a seat in the theater and you're twisting your neck trying to see the screen because you can't see the stage. Well, 1, there's not a bad seat in the house in here, and 2, there's enough screens where all you have to do is turn your head one direction and you'll see the screen. Walking out of the World Stage, you'll pass the Microsoft Studio. This is where they offer those complimentary digital workshops with an onboard techspert. Then you step into the Music Walk. This is the section of the ship that's all about music. Walking front to back here, you have the Rolling Stone Rock Room that's going to be on your left-hand side. And then the Billboard Onboard, which is the dueling piano bar, that's going to be on your right-hand side. And Notes Whiskey Bar, also in this area, kind of sits right between the two, between the Rolling Stone Rock Room and the Billboard Onboard. Rolling Stone Rock Room, a really cool and rocking venue with a really, really tight band, as is the Billboard Onboard, not just stuck to the same old Piano Man songs. They go through the decades. They went back to 1960 all the way to today on our sailing. A question I've been getting a lot lately is, does the music overlap each other because the venues are right next to each other? And the answer is no. So you're either going to hear the dueling pianos playing at Billboard or the Rock Room band playing because they have staggered set lists. Continuing our walk towards the back of the ship, you're going to go through some glass doors. These glass doors kind of help separate the music between this area of Music Walk and the B.B. King's Blues Club / Lincoln Center stage. Some shops here right on your left-hand side. And then you have the 2-deck high Lincoln Center stage / B.B. King's Blues Club. This also staggered set list. So the Lincoln Center stage musicians are mostly going to play on Elegant Night and kind of before dinner or during dinner. Whereas the B.B. King blues band that plays in this venue, that's more at nighttime and a kind of a party band. I think their last set was like around midnight on some nights. And they don't play every single night, but they play pretty much like 6 out of 7 nights of your cruise. But you'll want to watch your daily schedule to check them out because, again, like the Rolling Stone Rock Room band, really good, really tight. The musicians are amazing. Continuing the walk aft, you'll pass more shops before you come to the Pinnacle Grill, which is the steakhouse. That's going to be on your right-hand side, and the Ocean Bar on your left-hand side. You'll also find a reservations desk here, where if you want to dine at the Pinnacle Grill or you want to go to the Celle de Mar restaurant, which is their French seafood restaurant, that's a la carte. You can make your reservations here also for Tamarand, which is up at the top of the ship, the Asian fusion type place. Pinnacle Grill is $35 per person and $10 for kids. As I mentioned, a la carte for Rudy Seldemar. And I believe that Tamarind is $25 per person. You'll also have Blend back here, which is the venue where you can make your own bottle of wine. And then Club Orange Dining. Club Orange Dining is open to suite guests or guests that purchase the Club Orange package. That package is $50 per person per day, and you get your own dedicated dining room, priority reservations, and a couple of the, like priority embarkation, priority tendering, priority debark. You get an orange bag. And if you're not a suite guest, again, it is extra to pay for this, but it's a perk if you want to have your I don't want to say private dining room, but maybe a 50 guest dining room instead of a 1,000 guest dining room. One thing you'll want to do is price the suites out before you jump into this Club Orange and pay the $50 per person per day, because that is, again, per person in your stateroom. So if there's two of you, it's $100 per day, and sometimes you can grab a suite for that extra $700. On the very back of Deck 2 is the main dining room spanning Deck 2 and Deck 3. This is the only dining room on the Nieuw Statendam, and it seats 1,092 guests. Towards the back of the dining room, there's a 2-story wine rack that's really cool. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner served in here. And of course, just the colors here are very white color with those reds and very Taj Mahal looking to me. I should also mention that As You Wish dining, which is your anytime dining, also your traditional dining, which is 5:45 and 8 o'clock on this ship, are both in this dining room as well. All right, we're on Deck 3, and we're going to walk out of the main dining room and start walking forward, where we'll walk through the photo gallery, where they utilize facial recognition in here. I watched someone use this while they were buying some embarkation and excursion photos. They took a picture of themselves, and the photos found every single photo from their excursion, and they've taken all throughout the week during the cruise. Really cool, just by uploading your picture right there at one of these computer screens. Digital packages are available here, where they'll sell you a bunch of photos on a thumb drive, or you can buy them individually. And if you buy a photo just by itself, one photo will set you back like $19.95. Another one of my favorite places on the Nieuw Statendam is the Grand Dutch Cafe. This is an all-in-one type place. They sell specialty coffee, they sell drinks and beer. Very, Dutch, very Dutch, obviously, because Holland America is a Dutch line. They also offer complimentary sandwiches and pastries. You have your split pea soup here and some hot dishes. Again, all complimentary for the food. The drinks are extra. Guest services is right across from the Grand Dutch Cafe. This is also where the atrium is. If you remember earlier, we were talking about on Deck 1 where the atrium starts, where the Internet Cafe was. Deck 2 is where the specialty restaurants are and the atrium bar. And then this Deck 3 is the Grand Dutch Cafe and where the guest services is located. As you walk forward, you'll find a lot of shops and an art gallery. Now, one thing to note on the Statendam is that they do not have your typical art program on board here. They do have the art gallery, where if you want to buy something, you can. However, they don't have any of those high-pressure art auctions and things like that. So you can walk through the gallery. If you like what you see, you can buy a piece. Otherwise, you're not going to be guessing the price of the artwork and all that stuff. At least they didn't do that on my sailing. If you keep walking forward, you'll go to the casino, where clearly you can't go inside with the camera. And then just forward of the casino is the most upper deck of the world stage, which is the show theater. Deck 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all stateroom decks, and then Deck 9 is where the food, fun, and sun is located. That is the Lido deck. We'll start in the back of the Lido deck, and there's a big pool back here and a nice-sized bar. Plenty of seating along with 2 hot tubs. What I like about this area back here is that not only is there the pool back here and plenty of space to hang out, but one deck up on Deck 10, there's those 2 on the port and starboard, I want to call them wings. They go out over Deck 9, but it's actually on Deck 10, and you can also chill out up there as well. So if you want to kind of get a little bit more of a breeze, go to Deck 10 and hang out. The Lido deck on both the port and starboard side are identical. You have a bar on each side that has specialty coffees and drinks. You also have 7 food stations. So you have the Homestead, the Breadboard, Distant Lands, Sweet Spot, which is desserts, Wild Harvest, that's the salad bar, the Roasting Pan, which is the carving station, and Rise baked goods. What I like about this area is that, as I mentioned, it mimics each other. So the port and starboard side are identical, but also there's about 10 foot of space between each island. So if you're at the salad bar and then want to go to the carving station next, there's not going to be this one long continuous line like you're at a cafeteria. You just go to the island that you want to get the food. And there's normally 2 people working each food island, so it's a pretty efficient operation. Walking outside of Lido, you have the dive-in burgers. That's your hamburgers, your hot dogs, your cheese fries. Also, you can get a chicken sandwich too, I believe. And one thing about this area is if they have gluten-free buns as well, but if you don't want to get a bun on your burger, which I know you're like, why would you even do that? But you can get a lettuce-wrapped bun. I actually tried it on the last sea day, and it wasn't too bad. The Lido bar is back here, also the gelato stand. The gelato stand does cost extra money, so that is not free. If you do want free ice cream, you can go inside to the sweet spot, and there's someone scooping out typically about 6 different flavors throughout the day. I enjoyed the pool in this area. There's also the hot tub there. The big screen. We watched Bohemian Rhapsody on our sailing. And wow, what a great movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you should really see Bohemian Rhapsody, especially if you're a Queen fan. You can see how the pool has a retractable roof here, and the roof was kind of half opened, half closed on our day at sea. Have a sidewalk sale going on outside too, so people buying their $5 and $10 t-shirts. Have some chair hogs taking advantage of throwing their towels down on the loungers, so got that going on. Also a hot tub out here, and just an overall nice area. You can see the kind of the relaxation areas one deck above on deck 10, so if you don't want to sit by the pool and kind of in the crowds, go up one deck and find a little place there and hang out. And speaking of deck 10, that is where the Panorama Bar is located, and the New York Deli and Pizza. Really good pizza made to order up there. Just forward of the Lido deck pool on deck 9 is the Greenhouse Spa and Fitness Center. The fitness center has plenty of workout equipment up here, plus you'll find those treatment rooms for the pedicures, the manicures, to get your hair done, and all that stuff to look nice and pretty for a formal night. All right, now let's go up to deck number 12, which is the Crow's Nest. The Crow's Nest is always really popular on Holland America ships. You can find a bar up here, also some library books to read. On one side is more of a quiet side. On the other side, I would say, is more of a technology side. There's these big tables that remind me of big iPads. You can actually research where you're going, research excursions. You can book excursions. You can also, if you want to, talk to someone face to face, the Shorex desk is located up here on deck 12 as well. One of the cool things on this ship is they have all these big screens and big monitors all over the Crow's Nest, and it shows you your heading, your speed, the azipods, which are the propellers here on the cruise ship, how fast they're going, the pitch of them. So there's a lot to see up here and to explore in the Crow's Nest. Also a coffee shop and a bar up here. Of course, Holland America, known for their Crow's Nest area on the top of the ship, offering those unrestricted views of the bow of the cruise ship. You'll also find the Retreat, which is located on deck 12, just after the Crow's Nest area. The Retreat are cabanas that have the butler service. You can rent them for the week. They're somewhere around $299 to $500, I guess, depending on the sailing. These shouldn't be confused with the Lido Retreats that are on deck 10, and those are little cabanas as well that kind of hug around the pool. This area, though, is totally private. You have your own butler, and there's a hot tub in here for you to enjoy. There's like 20-something retreat cabanas here. I call them tents, but that's what they look like. But there's like 20-something of them in this area, and these can be purchased by the day or by the sailing. One deck above us is the Sky Deck. That's another place you can go to the front of the ship and kind of hang out and enjoy some of the breeze that comes over the bow of the ship while you're moving. Towel and loungers up here in this area as well. And then in closing here, the aft part of the ship on deck number 11 is going to be the sports court, basketball court up there, some shuffleboard and the fun stuff. And then deck number 10 is going to be Tamarind, and that's their Asian fusion restaurant that, again, serves lunch and dinner, and also has the sushi restaurant, a la carte pricing for the sushi restaurant right inside there as well. All right, that'll do it for our tour of Holland America's Nieuw Statendam. Again, the ship was released in 2018, so she's fairly a new ship. A couple of things in closing here. Make sure you check out the music walk area of this ship. Holland America really starting to excel in the music, with their partnership of Lincoln Center Stage, Rolling Stone, Billboard, all these different partnerships they're bringing on board and really focusing on the music, and it's really showing and really have you rocking through the night there. Also, hot food, finger foods are served in the music walk area pre-meal time. So if you want to get like meatballs or shrimp there, I think there's some cheeses and some veggies there as well. One thing I've noticed with Holland America over the past couple of times sailing them in the Caribbean, when you're on Half Moon Cay, they offer you a drink package exclusively for that day for $24.95, and you get up to 15 drinks. So pretty much 3 drinks or so, you're breaking even. So if you're going to drink on Half Moon, you may want to consider that drink package and purchasing it before you get to the island. If you like this video and you'd like to see more content, subscribe to the channel and feel free to give it a like. What do you think about Holland America and the new direction they're taking, which seems to be more music, more technology? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments below. Again, my name is Doug Parker. I'm the host of Cruise Radio and the daily Cruise Radio News podcast. You can find both of those wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Just type in Cruise Radio or Cruise Radio News. And thank you so much for watching.